Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name is Jason Stapleton. We have a huge show for you this evening. We have Euro Dollar, we have Pound Dollar, we have Euro Pound, we have Canada New Zealand, we have Pound Aussie. We've just got a host of stuff that's going on right now, and we're going to show you all of that, a bunch of pattern stuff happening today, that and a whole lot more on this edition of the Forex Market Preview. Well, it's not very often. I've had a lot of time to kind of work on I've been spending a little bit more time in the markets because we're kind of through into the gray thing, and the studio's been set up, and we're going to start recording some of the live shows. It sounds funny to say we're going to record the live shows, but the first few live shows we're going to end up recording. So before we actually put anything out there that anybody's going to see, we'll have some backdated recordings and some practice stuff for me before we get started. I'm also, for those of you who are syndicate members, I think I'm going to start. I've been doing my morning thoughts, which is a pre-recorded video. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start doing a live syndicate video every single day that I'm going to put out to you guys, and it'll basically be my morning thoughts, but also hopefully with a little Q&A. Those of you who are on the chat software are going to have the ability to kind of chat back and forth with me, and it's not going to be very long, only about 15-20 minutes, but it'll be a nice morning opener for you guys to come in and get something right at the beginning of the New York session. And of course, if you're not a syndicate member, that may be something that you might want to take a look at. So we've got a bunch of stuff happening here. I'm not even going to tell you what's happening behind the hood, but we might just, there's something pretty big that may be happening. So I'm going to let you guys into that as time allows, and as kind of the events unfold, I'll start letting some of that cat out of the bag. But I'm not even going to say anything yet. I'm not going to say, I won't say anything yet. Let's just get right to the charts before I end up leaking something that I shouldn't leak. Before we talked a little bit about, I'm going to go out to the daily chart here. This is the euro dollar trade. This is what we talked about, weeks ago. We talked about the channel, the break above, the pullback back down into previous structure resistance, which should become support. And then I did end up buying them here. The market rallied back up. We looked at our initial targets coming in somewhere around here. I ended up taking my first targets off at the 127 extension of this leg of the move. So what I ended up doing was I took my first targets off right there, right at that 127 extension at 38.52s. Now I'm looking for follow-on targets here. Where am I looking for those at? Again, look left, structure leaves clues. We've got a structure level coming in right here. This is the next resistance level, but go ahead. We want to pay attention to both structure support and resistance. So we have a support level, it's kind of a broken support level, but you can see kind of the support in here. We've definitely got a couple of touches here. Market broke through here on a false breakout and then rallied back up, and then we've got support in here again. So secondary targets on this particular trade, looking for those around 141 even. So if this market will get above that. Now, I have stops pretty tight in here. If I drop down to a 60-minute chart, I will go ahead and show you guys where my stops are on this. And they're pretty tight. And one of the reasons for that is some of the stuff that I'm seeing across the market have caused me to pinch up these stops a bit. But my stops are right underneath this swing low. Market pulled back like this, and then we rallied up. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. But we had the rally up. I took my initial targets off here, initial targets there. Then the market pulled back on the news yesterday. Yesterday. And then we got, yesterday was Friday for me, by the way. Pulled back on Friday, and then we kind of had this half stutter step right up here, and then nothing. So if we break out, when we break back out into new structure highs, great, I'm in the trade. But if we fall below that support level, then I'm going to be taking out all my protective stops, and I'm just going to move on because I made some nice money on this trade. It took a long time. I had to hold this thing a lot longer than I had anticipated because the market, we got the initial pullback, we got the spike up initially, and then we couldn't get any follow-through. So for about 3 or 4 extra days, I had to hold this thing until it went up and actually grabbed my targets. But it did, and I'm happy with that. So I hope that you guys were following along with that. That is the quintessential trend continuation trade. That's exactly what we look for. We look for a major structure level being violated, followed by a pullback into previous structure support or resistance, and then we look for the continuation off of that. Now let's take a look at the pound. This could be big. All right, this could be a very, very big trading opportunity. The pound, I'm going to jump out to the weekly chart here. All right, and I'm going to draw a line in here right about where that resistance level is coming in, and then I'm going to consolidate this chart. Look at what is happening. We have this entire resistance level here, the resistance level here, and now we're right back up against it again. Market is not in an overbought condition here. But I've already sold these. I'm going to tell you right now, I've already sold these. I'm already short this market, and I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at here in a minute. But this is the nosedive that came off of the 2009 financial collapse. Then we had the rally. The rally took us back up into this resistance level, and it held. We tested it again in 2011, and it held. And now we're testing it again here in 2014, and we're going to see whether or not we can get above this. Now let's get back down onto the daily chart, and I'm going to go even one farther. You can do it here. Actually, I'll do it from here. Let me go to the 60. Let me see what we got on the 60. Yeah, let's do it from. It's easier to see on the daily chart. I thought maybe I'm trying to. I bounce around here because I want to try and find something that's clean for you guys to look at, so that you guys it's apparent what's happening here. All right. Look at what's happened here. Market has put in a double top. Bearish divergence. We tested again yesterday. Still bearish divergence. I went ahead and shorted this market. Now, I'm not in the money very much. I shorted this market, kind of right in here, just maybe 67.25s. I'm not sure. I don't have my trading platform up right now, but it's somewhere like that. I'm in the money, maybe 15, 20 pips or something like that. Not a whole lot there. But we're looking for a pullback at least into 66.20s. Okay? Stops go above the swing high. And we could see a major reversal here. This could be significant. If we take a look at where the market has come over the weekly, we could come all the way back down into and retest this structure level here at 63.10s. We have a major structure here at around 62.30s. So we've got a significant resistance level there, which will no doubt become support. And then right above there is just a little lip that we've got on the last major move north. But this could be exactly what we're looking for. Now, it could just churn here sideways for a couple of weeks and do nothing. There are a multitude of things happening, but I'm taking a shot here. I got bearish divergence on a double top. I've got it against really significant structure on the weekly chart. This is just, if I'm going to make a play for a counter trend short position here, this is the place I want to do it at. So, the good thing about this trade is that if it ends up rallying, okay, so if we end up just, it doesn't even, next week, it's just like, whoop, we get some news and it just pops, I have a great place for trend continuation. And I know that we violated the previous structure all along that weekly time frame. And what that means to me is, if I jump back out here onto the weekly chart, what this is going to mean is we've got significant, we're going higher, that this thing's got some legs, and we're probably going to see 84.50s, maybe even 93.95s, 94s, 95s. So there's a significant move that could potentially happen there, but we've got a long way here on the weekly chart. And the daily chart showing some bearish divergence here at that major structure. I think, the market will. What I'm hoping for here is the market will give us a little pause. I've got all the technicals lining up. There is some fundamental data out there that suggests some weakness in the pound, which is going to show up on the euro pound trade we'll look at next. But this is, like I said, if you're going to take a shot, you got to do your analysis, you got to plan your trade, but eventually you got to take a shot. And this is me taking a counter trend shot here on the pound dollar. So we'll find out what happens with that. Let's bump right over to euro pound and take a look at that one. If you guys will remember back, we did have a little Gartley pattern here, selling opportunity at the 127 extension, target 1 and target 2 hit on that particular pattern. And now, if I delete all this stuff, goodbye. There's the old analysis gone. Now we have another Gartley pattern setting up right here. So we have, looks something like this. And we're looking to sell. We almost got it. I thought we were going to get there yesterday on Friday. We didn't end up getting there on Friday, but I'm looking to sell 8308s. Okay, 8308s for a sell. Stops will go above 8350s. And then, of course, we're looking for our standard targets on this particular battle. This is a Gartley pattern, and it is a short pattern. We're looking to go short this market at the 786 retracement at 8308. So that's that. Let's look at Canada yen. Canada yen, this is a bat pattern that we're looking for here. You can draw it in. Again, we're looking for a sell. A lot of patterns setting up this week that likely will complete, that could complete this week. So a lot of stuff happening. We're looking for a sell on the 886 coming in here at 95.30. So we're going to look to short, or I am looking to short. I shouldn't say we are looking to short because I don't know what you're doing. But I am looking to short here at 95.30s for an opportunity to look at some downward side movement here. And this is actually This is actually in the direction of the trend. We had a break of trend here of this previous support level right in here. Market broke and closed below that. Now we're looking at a little. This is what is potentially a false breakout here before the market rolls over for another leg down. So that's what we're really playing off of here is that pattern setup. So this would be in the direction of the underlying trend that we've got on the higher time frame. What was the other one? Pound Aussie is another one we were looking at. Pound Aussie this is a smaller one, so for those of you guys with smaller accounts, you may actually be able to take this one. This is a cipher pattern. Looking for that cipher pattern to complete somewhere around the 786, right there. So we're looking for the market to press down into the 786 at 182.72s. And we're going to look for a rally out of this pair. So if the market will get down into the 786 at 182.72, we're looking for a buying opportunity there. So it's a lot on the charts this week. A lot happening. I've got a lot more in the hopper this week than I have in several weeks. And a lot of this stuff, you can catch down on the 4-hour chart. You can pick the pattern up there. For some of you guys who don't trade daily charts, you can find these on the 4-hour charts as well. They're just as apparent. It's just kind of easier to see them on the daily chart, which is why I threw them on there. So, if you're not a syndicate member, I would highly suggest that you get involved with that. It is by far the cheapest and most valuable thing that you will find in the arena of Forex trading. Akil posts all of his trades ideas on the 5-minute chart, so you get some day trading ideas. I post all of my trades, all of my trading ideas through a morning thoughts video that I do almost every day. If I don't have anything going on that day, I typically don't post anything. But covering that, and Akil does a couple of review videos and some other informational and training videos throughout the week. So you get a great mix of training content and actual trading ideas, actionable trading ideas. And then if you want to go one step further and you really like what you're seeing here and you're like, man, I really wish I could learn those patterns. If I just learned those and I could do it on my own, I wouldn't have to pay for a subscription. Perfect. We've got the Advanced Pattern Trader course for you guys, and I'll put links to both the Syndicate and the Advanced Pattern Trader course right underneath this video, and you can pick it up. That's my pitch for today. Until next time, good luck and good trading. I'll talk to you soon.